everyone, this is Emily Leiphart from Art from the Heart. Welcome to our 11th video for the Too Many Cards video series. Newton's Nook is our generous sponsor today, and we're excited to be playing with the Cup of Cocoa stamp set and coordinating dies, as well as the Fancy Edges tag dies. I love drink stamps of all kinds, but this set is really amazing because it offers such a huge variety of sentiments, mug shapes, and drink styles. The little details like the chocolate squares, cinnamon sticks, and adorable designs on each mug make this a perfect stamp set. Of course, no stamp set is complete without coordinating dies, and this die set has a die for all of the images, including the heart, chocolate kiss, and steam. I also love making tags, especially for Christmas, and the Fancy Edges tag dies come with 3 types of enforcers and 4 stitched borders so you can create an endless range of designs. I'll be making 2 tags that open up so I can write a note for the recipient. I'm going to start by stamping the images using my Mini Misty stamping tool. Whenever I use new stamps, I always rub them on the palm of my hand to condition them and remove any residue from the manufacturing process. This way the ink doesn't bubble up on the stamp and I get the best impression every time. I stamp 2 sets of these images so I have extras, and sometimes I prefer one inked image over another, so it's good to have options. I haven't used Copic markers in a while, and I wanted these images to be vibrant and colorful, so Copic markers were the obvious choice. After I picked colors, I started coloring, and I always start with the lightest shade and layer with the medium and dark shades to create shadows and dimension. I also go over the entire area with the lightest shade to blend all the colors together. For the grays, I do use the colorless blender to blend the grays into white areas, as if I've left areas uncolored. When I use red Copic markers, I tend to go outside the lines, and I'm not sure why it's mainly the reds, but they're also extremely hard to correct using the colorless blender, so I simply use a white gel pen to erase my mistakes. It's a simple trick and practically invisible once it dries. Now I'm going to put on some music and fast forward through this process. All of the colors I used are listed in the supplies below and on my blog post for this video. Let's take a closer look at the colored images. It's always easier to use the same colors on all of the images when I plan to group them together on my projects. That way they're easy to mix and match and I don't have to worry about colors clashing. Now it's time to die cut all of the images. I simply line them up and hold them in place with removable tape, then run them through my Big Shot. I just love seeing all the little die cut images. They're so cute! Since I'm making 2 tags in a note card format, I need to die cut 4 tag bases. I'm using craft cardstock since I haven't used it in a while and it used to be my favorite. I just love how striking the images look against craft. After I die cut the tags, I choose my reinforcer and die cut 2 of these from red glitter cardstock. The Fancy Edges die set includes 4 fancy edges, and I'll be using the chevron edge at the bottom of the top layer of the tag. I was going to die cut it point down, but the stitched edge is on the convex side, so I have to use it pointing toward the top of the tag. I use my design ruler to make sure the chevron is centered across the tag, and I visually gauge that the 2 ends are the same distance from the bottom edge of the tag. To get the exact same cut on the other tag, I'm going to use this piece as a guide. I hold the piece onto the other tag base and transfer the die to it, then run it through. Now I want to recreate these same pieces with red glitter cardstock. I use the tag die to cut bases big enough for that cast-off shape. Then I use the chevron edge to die cut the glitter cardstock shapes. Just quickly, here's how the tags will look with the glittery edges. Along with the glittery red enforcers, these tags will be very festive. Since I want these tags to open to accommodate a message, I need to score the base so it opens easily and neatly. I take both bases and score them at 3/4 of an inch from the top of the tag. This gives me enough room to apply score tape to adhere the two pieces of the tag together. It also leaves me enough room between the fold and the glitter cardstock for a message. After determining layouts, I pick sentiments and stamp them on the tags using VersaFine pigment ink. I love this ink for stamping sentiments with fine edges because it always stamps vividly and perfectly. I use score tape to apply the glitter cardstock to the tags and also to adhere the two halves of the tags. Here's how the tag looks when you open it. Pretty cool, right? I also use score tape to adhere the enforcers, and now I'll use glue dots and foam tape to adhere the images. I'll use glue dots for 2 of the images and foam tape to pop up 1 of the images for added dimension. I'm going to use white hemp cord to finish the tags, and I think that 1.5 times the length of the tag is the best length for the strings. This length will vary depending on whether I use ribbon and also the width of the ribbon, but for quartered string I tend to stick with 1.5 times the length of the tag. I measure it out and then double it so I can loop it through the hole. I also like to string from the back to the front so the loop shows at the front. I think it's prettier than seeing the straight strings on the other side, but this is a personal preference. Who knows, I may change my mind and reverse it in a future video. Sometimes the cord can be quite stiff. Even different sections of the same roll can vary, so I curl it around my fingers a few times, just as I would curl paper strips with scissors. This tends to soften the string. Here's a closer look at the finished tags. Looking at these again, I wish I had made more, and I'm obviously going to have to go back and make a bunch. This first one with the sentiment at the top has the mug featuring Newton, a fun straw, and maybe a mocha latte with added chocolate and cinnamon sticks. This would be a fun tag to include with a gift of drink mixes. This second tag has a sentiment at the bottom, and that mug with the snowman has to be my favorite image in the stamp set. I'd probably use this tag for a gift of sweets. Of course, both tags open up for a handwritten message. Newton's Nook is giving away 2 $25 gift certificates, so be sure to leave some love here and on Kaylin's YouTube channel. One winner will be chosen randomly from my video, and one winner will be chosen randomly from Kaylin's video. Be sure to leave all comments by 11:59 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, October 7th. All winners will be announced on Tuesday, October 9th, here and on my blog. Please head over to Kaylin's blog and YouTube channel using the link below to see her take on Cup of Cocoa and the Fancy Edges tag dies. Thanks so much for watching!